So today we're working with Jay, and we're working on BAT training, or behavior adjustment training. And he's had some reactivity to people, meaning that he's been kind of growly and a little insecure and nervous towards new people. So we've already gone through this training method once already before we started shooting this video, so this is our second run through. So we already have kind of established what's going on with him and got him to the point where he's taking treats out of my hands and being nice and comfortable. So we should see a quicker progression this time around than before. Great. So what we're doing is just looking for him to kind of calm down and relax before he moves forward. You want to keep the leash about as loose as possible, except for letting him go running forward. But when he's calm, just keep the leash loose on him. Things that we're looking for behaviorally is to see his tail being below his spine, just like that. Other things are asymmetrical behavior for him, or body positions. So if his ears are really erect and far forward, his facial muscles are really tense, those are signs that he's stressed out and anxious, so you don't want to move forward towards a new person. When he starts to have his ears kind of sideways like they are right now, relaxed, tail down, his panting isn't too heavy, you can start to take a step forward and let him come closer. So go ahead and let him get some water, that's fine. So these are all behaviors and signs that he's relaxed and calm. Other stress signals that would tell you to help him either walk away farther or at least stand your ground and stay where you are heavy panting, where his rib cage is going in and out quite a bit, very visually noticeable. Other things are yawning a lot, stretching a lot, shaking his body. All of those are signals that he's being anxious. If he's trying to dart over to me, which he's clearly not, but if he were to, that's another signal that you want to help him walk away. But he's being nice and calm, so go ahead and take some steps closer to me. Perfect. That's another great sign. So he has his back to me and is looking over at his guardian. He was sitting, now he's laying down, which is even better, because a dog that puts their back to you and isn't looking at you is trusting you. I do want to mention for camera purposes that I did give him a bunch of treats when he got closer to me last time, which is something I want to encourage you to do once he gets closer to people, because it makes that positive association. So I'm building trust with him. I also didn't pet him right away. So what I did is I let him come over towards me. He'd smell me. Then the guardian would have him walk away from me. So that way we're building up that curiosity in him. So he wants to keep coming over to greet me. I let him do this a couple times, walk over, smell my shoes, smell my pant legs, things like that. I did let him do that a couple of times before I tried to pet him. And when I did pet him, it's because his whole body posture looked calm and relaxed when he was close to me. The next thing that I did is, once he was close to me, we started to build up eye contact. So I had treats, and essentially I trained him made the positive association between laying down and I would toss a treat to him. So he knew he should be calm and relaxed near my feet. And so when he would stay there laying down, I'd give him a treat. And then eventually, once he was doing that consistently, I started making longer and longer periods of time where I'd make eye contact with him. Because a lot of times eye contact can mean confrontation for a dog. So by making prolonged periods of eye contact, I'm essentially getting him used to that so he doesn't take it as a threat. So go ahead and you can go sit down so you can relax. So just to show, letting him smell my foot. Good. And bring him back away for a minute. Good. Again, this is just building up curiosity. I'm mostly making sure we're going through this again because I want you to see it on video, the different stages. But let's jump right over towards this stage because he's already laying down. So I'm going to give him a couple of treats for laying down. We've also been working on catching. See how calm he is. When we first worked on this, when he laid down and I pulled my hand back to toss the treat, he would get out of the down position. And to help him stay calm and relaxed like this, just stop. Don't give him a treat until he lays down through the whole experience. So that way he's learning to be nice and calm. We essentially just want to retrain his brain that calm behavior is going to help him get attention and get positive attention. And if he starts getting anxious, he has to walk away and learn how to self-soothe and relax. Other things, just as a little note, when the guardian's working with him, you don't want to be petting him or giving him any command words. So don't ask him to sit, lay down, or do any of those types of things when you are working with him, because that will kind of take away from the fact that he should be working on this by himself. And you're really only there as kind of like the emergency airbag to prevent him from running over and growling or nipping at a new person while you're working on this type of behavior. So you should think of yourself as just kind of being an emergency airbag versus actually doing a lot. So you want to put the majority of the work on him so he's learning how to calm himself and self-soothe.